doing? Well, I hope. So we're finding joy in January. How are you getting on with that? I am going to be sharing with you in this video some books that I'm really thoroughly enjoying this month. They are not fiction books, they are all non-fiction, and they're just all very seasonal and books that I've just been thoroughly enjoying. And I do like to have lots of books around the place, both for picking up and reading, just dipping into, if you find yourself with kind of 10-minute coffee break, you can just pick one up and have a little kind of leaf through. I also like to actually decorate with them. I think that books make a lovely decor item. You can put them in a stack on a coffee table or on a side table, maybe on a footstool. You can maybe pop one on a stand, perhaps a seasonal recipe book you can pop on a stand in the corner of your kitchen, add a little candle, something else just for a kind of little decor moment in the corner of your kitchen. So lots of different ways that you can incorporate books into the home. I quite like having them around the place as well. If you've got guests around and, I don't know, you get pulled away on a phone call or something like that, and you have to excuse yourself, and then you've just your guests got something there rather than them just pulling out their phone, which is the usual thing. You've got something there that your guests can just sort of pick up and kind of have a little leaf through as well. So lots of different ways that we can incorporate books, and I've just pulled together some, as I say, that I'm thoroughly enjoying just now. I'm going to link them all in the description box below as well, so you can click on the link. They'll probably all be from Amazon, so you can click on the link and find out a little bit more and order if you think that that might be something that you might be interested in. I'm also in this video going to be just having a look at some bits and pieces of winter decor that I have incorporated around the house. I'm not finished yet. I still have bits and pieces to do, some areas that I haven't, done anything with yet, but I just find myself very busy at the moment with lots and lots of projects that I've got on the go. So the decorating in the home is just having to be done as and when. And I just thought if I wait until I've got it all exactly as I want it, it could be the end of the month, and that's not much good when you're looking for some inspiration now. So I'm going to be sharing with you, in a little bit, just some of the things that I have done, and then if I do any more, when I do the rest, I can share them with you as and when. I'll probably share them on Instagram as well, so it's worth keeping an eye on my Instagram account. It's just at The Seasonal Touch, and I'll be sharing some more inspiration there as well. But yeah, that's it. You've just got to do things when you've got a few minutes or the odd half hour or whatever to get them done. So I'm not going to wait until it's all perfect. I am just going to share with you what I have done so far. So without further ado, let's take a look. So the first one that I wanted to recommend is just a little book. It's called How to Be Chic in Winter by Fiona Ferris, and it's just a little paperback. It's really not very big at all, but it's just a cute little book. And in it, it's a kind of combination of, there's some recipes, there's some sort of lifestyle tips, there's some kind of mindset tips, just really for getting through winter. I'll just read you a little bit of what it says on the back. So it says, inside How to Be Chic in the Winter, you'll discover my strategy for not just surviving, but thriving this winter. Why not make this season a mental spa time of rejuvenation, beauty, and pleasure? Read on and be inspired to have a chic and beautiful winter season and emerge like a butterfly ready for a gorgeous spring and summer. That just spoke to me. I thought that sounded really quite good. Now, I've been delving a little bit and I found that Fiona is actually in New Zealand. So it's a bit of a different perspective because, of course, Southern Hemisphere, winter at a different time of year, different months. So yeah, it might just give us a bit of a different perspective on winter than we have here in the kind of Northern Hemisphere. But yeah, it's a really, really easy little book just to sort of dip in and out of. So yeah, that's the first one. How to Be Chic in the Winter by Fiona Ferris. The next one on my list is called The Self-Care Year by Alison Davis. And Alison is from Nottingham, I think. Yes, Nottingham in England. And this is a little hardback book, but again, just definitely one that you can sort of dip in and out of. It covers all the seasons of the year starting in spring. So the winter section is at the back. And just to give you kind of a little bit of an idea of the type of thing that's in this book, it's this kind of thing. So, for instance, in one of the sections on winter, it says, taking inspiration from nature. During the winter, the landscape thins, the trees shed their leaves, plants wither and die, returning to the earth so that they can shoot up again in spring. It's a time to cast off those things that no longer serve us. Consider your nighttime rituals and look at your habits. Things like late night snacking and too much caffeine can play havoc with sleep patterns. What can you shed to help you get a good night's sleep? So it's all these little things that just kind of get you thinking, and it is all about aligning with the seasons, and that's what I love. That was kind of that my whole philosophy with the seasonal touch was aligning yourself with the seasons, really getting in touch with nature, introducing those nods to the season in your home so that you really are kind of anchoring yourself in the year. So, all of that makes me really enjoy this book. And obviously, extra bonus because it's all the seasons of the year. So, we can go then from winter into spring, summer, etc. So, that's the second one that I'm enjoying. So, that's the Self-Care Year by Alison Davis. And this next one is called The Winter Garden by Emma Hardy. And this is really just kind of an inspiration. This is the sort of book that I will pick up and think, oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to do that too. I might not ever get round to doing any of them. But there are times when I'm just looking for a little bit of inspiration, and picking up a book like this and leafing through it is sometimes preferable to getting on Pinterest or getting online and looking at the sort of digital version. But in the Winter Garden, it just goes through, there's lots of inspiration for planting designs, for containers, for kind of window boxes, just lots of little projects that you can do. Um, there's one on sort of ornamental cabbages, which are always nice for winter planting. So yeah, just lots of inspiration. And even if you never actually do the projects in the book, it's just lovely to be able to kind of have a flick through it and dream about that one winter when you will get these projects done. Or you don't have to do them all, even just maybe picking one of them out or something and setting yourself a little goal to do it. But yeah, I love my gardening, so this one did really appeal to me. So that's The Winter Garden by Emma Hardy. The next one that I picked up, and again I'm thoroughly enjoying, is this one, Your Manifesting Year by Joey Hullen, I suspect. Now, Joey is based in Cornwall. Joey is a girl. Joey is based in Cornwall in England, and she's a meditation teacher, author, and poet. And I love a bit of manifesting. I don't completely understand it all. I just love the idea, and I 100% am of the opinion that where you place your focus is what will happen. Whether you believe that the art of manifesting is for a lot of people, it can be a bit sort of woo woo, universe in charge type thing. But there's something about the whole practice of manifesting that does really appeal to me. That you can set the course of your life by deciding and putting yourself in control of what you want. So if you're into manifesting, you might love this book. If you're just interested in finding out a bit more about manifesting, then you might enjoy this book. If manifesting and the whole idea of it is so far removed from, what you think about or what, it's just not your thing at all, then just fast forward to the next one. But yeah, this one is appealing, I think, because it's your manifesting year. And obviously, it's starting. I actually picked this one up at the end of last year, so I kind of dipped into the December part of it. But now that we're in January, and the book does start in January, and the January portion is called Luck. It just appeals to me, so that's one for the list. Your Manifesting Year by Joey Hewlin. Okay, next on the list is this one, Winter Wellness by Rachel de Thample. I'm probably completely butchering that surname. I'm so sorry. This one is essentially a cookbook. And it's a beautiful cookbook with gorgeous photography in it. There's a section, beautiful winter photography. There's a section on food as medicine. It looks at, certain types of berries that are good for boosting your immune system, that type of thing. Going back to what I was saying about using books as part of the decor, I think, if I'm being completely honest, I will probably use this book more for that, for a bit of a winter aesthetic, popping it up on a book stand in the corner of the kitchen, to give a little bit of that, kind of winter feel, a nod to the season, rather than the actual recipes that are in it. For me, they're probably not the kind of recipes that I will cook, amazing though I'm sure they are. I have to say, I probably bought this one more for the aesthetic. But it is a beautiful book just to have around and to kind of pick up and flick through. So, Winter Wellness, Rachel de Thample, that's the other one on my list. And next, there's actually two books which have got different authors, but they're kind of from the same sort of series. So the first one is called The Art of Curry by Gabriella Bennett. And then the other one is called The Curry Home, and it's got a different author. So The Curry Home is by Beth Pearson. So The Art of Curry just simply says how to live happy the Scottish way. And The Curry Home is beautiful Scottish living. Now, the term curry, if you are not aware, it's kind of along the same sort of theme as the Scandinavian kind of hygge. I mean, curry, when I was growing up, the word curry kind of meant cozy, I suppose. You would use it, most people used it in the term curryin, which meant to sort of cozy in, or your mum might say to you, come and curry in, which meant come and get a cuddle, come and get like a cozy cuddle. Or if, you were, as a little girl, I remember being, out in the winter with my, my jacket with my hood and my scarf and my hat, and you would pop your hood up and, curry into your hood, which kind of means tuck your hood, tuck your head into your hood and kind of cozy in, I suppose. So these books are all about exploring the art of curry, and then obviously the curry home is kind of the cozy home. But yeah, just Scottish living, and I guess that's why they appealed to me. But they're just lovely books to have around. They have a lot of kind of winter theme aspects in them, but they do look at other seasons as well. But yeah, I'm just enjoying exploring these books this winter season too. And the last book that I wanted to bring you, I touched on in the last video. So if you saw that last video, doing the kind of Christmas season debrief, you'll already have seen this one. But if not, this one is called Slow Seasons by Rosie Steer. And just to remind myself, it says it's a creative guide to reconnecting with nature the Celtic way. Now, I was having a little bit of a look just to see exactly who Rosie is, and I discovered, did not know this, but Rosie lives in Edinburgh. Rosie is from Edinburgh. So um, I'm now following her on Instagram, and I'm a lot more curious. Who knows, maybe our paths will cross at some point. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying this one. And it goes through all the different seasons, and obviously, I'm just kind of starting off with looking at the winter season, but it looks at, reflecting and hibernating and just kind of the whole art of enjoying this winter season and how to survive and thrive in it. So yeah, just really enjoying this, and it's got some projects in it as well. So looking at, marmalade and different recipes and things that you can try, seasonal recipes, and then it's going to move on to spring after that. So yeah, Slow Seasons by Rosie Steer. That's the last one I wanted to recommend, but yeah, really enjoying this one too. So I've got this area just kind of at one end of our big main lounge, and I'll hopefully just sort of drop some images in here too of what it looked like over Christmas, just so that you can see how I have changed it up. I've left the lights up and round just because it does give a really nice ambience to this room at night. And what I've done is the florals in the corner there. Some of those I had used in a display on the dining room table, and some of the ones at the back, the kind of more wintry ones, the pine cone ones, I hadn't used those at all over the kind of Christmas period, so they're completely new. I've left out the winter picture that's there, and these I've had for some time. They're like huge wine glasses, kind of goblets, and they're great pieces for just using throughout the seasons because you can fill them with anything. I've got pine cones in them just now, but you can equally fill them with, I've had kind of Easter eggs in them in the summer. I've filled them with water and put floating candles in them. So they're quite a kind of versatile kind of decor piece. So I've got these two big wine glasses and then just some pine cones together there just to sort of pull it all together. I've also opted to leave this garland up above our TV. I don't think it's overly Christmassy because it doesn't have any bright red berries or baubles or anything like that on it. It is literally just a plain kind of green garland, and I wanted to leave some twinkle lights up at this end of the room. Also left the twinkle lights round the doorway out into the garden as well, which is just nice when it's dark. It just helps to add a nice little glow to this end of the room. Dining table decor, I switched out the kind of green velvet table runner that I had over Christmas, and I've replaced it with this Harris tweed one, which is just nice natural neutral colours for this time of the year, really just kind of mirroring what's going on outside just now. And I've just used a series of candles, which again have got the nice kind of neutral colours. And some of the pine stems that I was using in displays over Christmas, I've just pulled those out and laid those flat and just tucked the candlesticks in between them. And yeah, I think that just looks like a nice little kind of winter display. And fireplace area, I've taken away the big huge garland that I had round here, but I did still want to leave the twinkle lights just for a bit of ambience. It's really nice at night just to have that glow. So what I've done is they run up the side of the fireplace, and I've got this lovely kind of ribbed glass vase. So I've just tucked a bunch in there so that when the lights are on, you can see through and it gives you that nice glow. I've used some of the winter stems in an arrangement here. Again, they're just winter stems, they're not really Christmassy. And I've used a dough bowl here. Now, I'll link this one. I picked this one up on Amazon. It's very, very lightweight. So I filled that just with some pine cones and laid a couple of the pine stems in the bottom, popped a couple of kind of snowy pine cones on the top. This is a lantern that came from the White Company. I think they still do a similar one, so if I can find it, I will link that. Again, the faux candles, which were another Amazon purchase, I'll link those as well. These are remote control candles, love them. This little piece, I can't remember where I got this from. I think it might have been Habitat Sainsbury's last year or the year before. And yeah, just a little stack of books at the side here with a candle on them. So I think that does make for quite a nice cozy little kind of winter decor. And you'll see that underneath the unit there, I still have the twinkle lights scattered, because again, at night, it just gives that lovely cozy glow to this room, especially with the walls being dark in here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. This side of the room is exactly as it was for Christmas. When I decorated for Christmas, I deliberately made this as kind of winter decor rather than Christmas, just so that I could leave it exactly as it was after Christmas, just to make it easy on myself. And yeah, just a little winter floral display, lantern from the White Company to the side, with again those faux candles in there from Amazon. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I'm on the hunt for some more stone vases like this, because I really do like those just now. So I'm keeping my eye open for some more of those. So I'll let you know if I have any luck sourcing those. But yeah, just then with some faux fur blankets underneath, just to give you that feeling of coziness and blankets to hand if it gets chilly. I always like to incorporate lots of faux fur at this time of year, and I'm really loving these cushion covers. Again, this was another Amazon purchase. Very, very budget friendly. I'll link them below as well. Great having just the covers, because then you can just keep your own cushion pads. And I like the fact that the stripe here mirrors the kind of stripe on the units there. So yeah, that's been a great purchase, and just so, so soft. Love those. So that's about it for this video. Please do let me know in the comments what you're up to, how you're finding joy in January, and I will see you in the next one.